Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. Um, it's getting very difficult, increasingly difficult to speak to someone from a very sane and rational perspective since we deal with so much insanity in the world today. The mindsets are literally appalling. I do whatever I can to try to stimulate thought, consciousness within the people to be rational and not be rash with their words, but to really truly think. But we're living in a time where disrespect, dishonor, all the above is pretty much the norm nowadays. Simply, people think that since they have a mouth and that it moves, that gives them the right to be able to speak and say whatever they want to anybody they want to without any literal repercussions. Now, I'm a man of this perspective. And there's no need in trying to speak to a lot of people out there trying to quote the Bible because we live in a time where people just simply will not submit to biblical terms. So you can't not approach them from that perspective. The reason why a lot of people get so inflamed, incensed, and enraged is because pretty much 90% of my speech when I'm on here, when I'm talking about things that has to do biblically or scripturally, is that I'm actually quoting from the Bible without actually saying the chapter and verse. I'm using words today that's easy to be understood, and those words begin to penetrate in the heart. And then if you want to find out if a person is righteous or just, all you have to do is watch their reaction. Now, I'm of the mindset, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I have access to the information highway called the internet just like you do. If I end up on someone's YouTube channel, or if I'm at a place that I just too much don't regard and do not care about, what I usually do is I look at it. I try to weigh the evidence, weigh the facts, and if I find it to be untruthful or not actual and factual, what I usually do is just turn the page and go on down the road, or I navigate to another page. Today, we have religious spirits. And anytime you say anything that does not agree with these people's religious spirits, and most people remind you, people are full of emotion today. That is the religion of the world today, is emotion. It's not facts. It's not biblical truth. It's not scriptural truth. It's definitely not anything that comes from the Bible. People function on emotion. And if I say something, or if I do anything that they don't like, they think that affords them the right to actually come and dishonor and disrespect. Now, I'm the type of person, because the Bible teaches, because I live out the biblical principle, it says, honor all men, honor the king. And I have a code of ethics that I follow that I think that I should definitely say this to you this morning. Those of you who are serious-minded and rational-thinking people, you can be civil and honorable and respectful to someone as long as they are that way to you. Do you understand? You do not have to be a doormat for others' tyranny. You do not have to be a doormat for other people's disrespect or dishonor. If you're saying something that they do not like, they are in no position of authority whatsoever at all to make any corrections upon you, because even in the natural they have laws to correct bad behavior, and we've already proven in this world that we're not going to be corrected by too many people whatsoever at all. So exercise your prerogative anytime someone is saying anything contrary to sound doctrine, teaching, or belief. Now, you have to know what sound doctrine is. If you do not know what sound doctrine is, you're going to promote ignorance and you're going to promote emotion. And that's what the majority of people all stirred up about, is feelings and emotions that they simply do not understand. They do not understand that they're being controlled by forces beyond the realm of rationale. So what you do to keep yourself clear is you just go ahead and turn the page if you go somewhere navigate here on YouTube or something like that, and people are saying something you just simply don't understand or agree. There's no need to run out and attack someone. There are 7 billion people on the face of planet Earth, and everybody's not going to hear. And everybody's not going to follow your book of the law, and everybody's not going to agree because everybody's on different levels of understanding. But you honor people. But if they dishonor you and they disrespect you, you are set for the defense not only of yourself, but for the defense of the gospel. And I know that coming from a lying Christian mindset, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Christians, they get upset at me simply because I bring out the facts about Christianity. And I ask people over and over again, show me one truth about Christianity, and I'll get on here and make a video, and I will promote that truth. But when you have blinders on in front of you, you can't support something that you're no longer ignorantly and blinded to. You just have to expose the facts of it. Now, Christianity is a religion, but people take it personally when you start speaking against their religion. When you speak against their religion, they take it personally because they're emotionally engaged, not because they're biblically sound up here to understand and know what's going on. Most people will not do any due diligence or research to do anything to get clear on any subject matter whatsoever at all, because everybody wants the world to submit to them based on how they feel about something. And you often hear people say this over and over again, how do you feel? And how do you feel? As long as we're running around asking people how do you feel about something, there won't be any truth whatsoever at all. There will be no absolutes. We have to deal with facts and not feelings. Now, will you feel? Sure, you will feel when your feelings are put in proper order and perspective. But over and over again, I sit and watch people either trying to preach or either trying to teach, and somebody says something, people will stand up and they begin to voice their opinion, voice their feelings. Now, mind you, their feelings are not backed up by any facts whatsoever at all. It's just the mere fact that they don't like what they're hearing. And they begin to attack the ones who are doing the preachings and the teachings. And it's just utterly amazing. And then they do not think that there will be any repercussion whatsoever at all whenever somebody comes and they revile you. It's just utterly amazing. Where did we develop this chaotic mindset? I just do not understand. Think about the president. He gets up and we know he's lying through his teeth. We know that the news media is lying through their teeth, but yet we do not put all that energy and power behind the president, probably because he's surrounded by an extraordinary amount of firepower. Neither do we put all that energy around the news media. There are sponsors out there that you hear to see the commercials that sponsor these news sources. They give them money to lie to you, to deceive you. And then when somebody starts telling the truth, they become your enemy. Why is that? How about this? Let's try to adopt a new paradigm. And let's just use me since we're on my page. If I say something that you believe to be offensive and wrong, how about we have a very civil, intelligent, rational conversation about this? How about we use approach? Because after all, I'm out here in a public forum and I'm trying to do something to reach the conscious of people's minds. And if I say something that will offend you, and I believe you me, I tell the truth. And most people, since they don't know the truth, they don't attack me because of the truth that I'm actually speaking, because most people, they simply don't know the truth, but they attack the way I deliver the truth. And that's because, again, there they are. They're controlled by their emotions. Well, some people, they will get emotionally disturbed and then only later on to go back and research for themselves. They'll do their own due diligence, come to find out, wait a minute, this man was right. He was right. Then they'll go back again and do something else, and they'll look up something else that I've said, and hey, man, he's right again. That's because rather than functioning after their feelings and emotions, they chose to search the matter out. They chose to make a diligent inquiry to see if I'm chaotically insane or if I'm telling the truth. And you have to understand, truth sounds off the chain because it is so contrary to the way that all of us have been brought up, trained in this world, that when we hear it, the first thing we do is we get mad, angry, and upset. I'm sorry. The truth is, The Bible does not give us any instructions for Christmas and Easter and Sunday. I know you believe it and you're emotionally engaged, but that doesn't make it the truth. I'm also sorry to tell you that you continue to keep living in a life of sin, you're going to go to hell. Now, if you're an unbeliever, this is not for you. You just go ahead and go on down the road. Your judgment is already set. The conviction comes when you are a believer and you believe that you are right. And you believe and you justify your wicked ways. And that's the reason why people get so passionate and so emotionally engaged. And you have your hard forms of attacks, then you have your soft form attacks. Cowards, what they do is they go around and they spit in other people's ears, hoping to ally with them and to effect change, to raise up a coup while they hide behind the scenes. And it won't be too long before they'll make decisions to get to stepping as well. Those who have a little bit more passionate about them, they'll confront you. But you need to understand, you're not going to dishonor and disrespect and expect for me to sit there and take it, or anybody to take it. I wouldn't expect for you to sit there and take it. But we need some intelligence that we need to be operating after in this time. Because, hey, I'm a preacher. I openly make challenges over and over again when it comes to doctrine, sound doctrine. And yet, if I'm preaching and teaching all of these lies, where's all these people that condemn me and that can say that I'm actually wrong? Where are they at? I mean, where are they at? You ever notice that there ain't too many of them that show up at all? It's amazing, isn't it? But there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise. And mind you, I'm not making this video to try to gain anyone. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help us, if possible, if there is a possibility, to wake up out of this mental insanity, because there's a lot of mental illness that is going on today. Hopefully that we'll be able to function after a right mind and right conscience in this world that we're living in. This life is short. It really, truly is. And you need to know them that labor among you. But exercise your option. You can choose to hear or forbear. It's totally up to you. I hope y'all have a good day today. It's raining out here this morning. Just want to try to give some sound words here and advice. Just consider what I say. And maybe you have good understanding. Do not ever pay attention to your first reaction of feelings and emotions without facts. If you do, those are the spirits that have been leading and guiding you all of your life. And chances are they're going to get you in trouble one day.